Hey, welcome back to more Affinity. This hand is amazing, and I like it, and I will keep it. It's amazing because it has opals and cranial platings and creatures, which is kind of wonderful to have. I can cast everything, and I can cast it relatively quickly. So I probably do Vault Scourge turn 1, and then turn 2 I can do Ravager, eat, float a mana with Mox Opal, eat the Mox Opal, play the next Mox Opal, cranial plating, potentially. Or I could just, see, what is this? Vocals? No, humans. Okay. Do I want to get on the board with the Ravager? Or just attack with the platinged Vault Scourge? I think against humans this is enough of a race that I'd rather just have 4 more lifelink damage. Ravager is kind of less important in this matchup, except for Path to Exile, which I suppose he could have, but... Yeah, here I'm just going to play the champion. He's got no way to deal with it. Now, even if he's pathing the Vault Scourge, still in mass. Yeah, this is Path to Exile. So it didn't matter if we tried to play the Ravager there, because he would have pathed in response to the Ravager, so we wouldn't get the counter. Although I suppose that would mean we could have gotten a hit in with an Ornithopter, but still, just getting the Etch Champion down at this point, where he has no way to do anything about it, is too good. Like, he's just gonna lose to the Etch Champion in like 2 turns. Do I feel like playing a Mox Opal out? I don't see the rush to eat the Mox Opal just to have Galvanic Blast up next turn. Black, interesting. What is this deck playing black for? Are they playing like some weird? I have no idea what he's playing actually. Okay, so whatever he hits off the Collected Company, he's just dead anyways, right? Because I attack him for lethal. He's like praying that he hits Reflector Mages or something. Yeah. Okay. So Whip Flare is good, Grid is good, Champions are good, Ravagers are less impressive. Thoughtseizes are nice, Welding Jar not so much. Shave a Memnite down. I'm gonna shave a couple Masters. Edge Champions just block so well against what they're trying to do, and then attack past without being afraid of chump blocks or double blocks or something like that, that I prefer them to the Masters in this matchup. Blood Moon. He does have a pretty greedy mana base. I could potentially shut it off with Blood Moon, but I'm gonna evaluate in game 2 how many basics he gets and whether or not he's like really needing his special colored sources. I feel like it's probably a card I should bring in, but I'm already pretty heavy on colored spells, and so I don't really want to bring in more. Alright, let's give this a try. This is pretty slow, but it does have champion and master. I think I will keep. It also does have a turn to Galvanic Blast if needed. Oh, hand is also very weak to Stony Silence, but that's so many of your hands that you can't really say, oh, this hand is unkeepable because it's weak to Stony Silence. You just kind of have to cross your fingers and hope for no Stony. I'm actually just going to run out the Vault Scourge now, as opposed to running out the Springleaf Drum. For the most part, it'll be the same, except this is better against Stony Silence. The Reflector Mage. Okay, it is worse against Reflector Mage. I hadn't thought about that one. Well, I guess I play Steel Overseer. But he didn't play Stony Silence, which is the important part. This is also an amazing spot to draw a Whip Flare. He might be pathing the Steel Overseer at the start of my turn before I can get like more creatures in play. Or during my draw step, actually, I suppose. So he doesn't have Stony, since he would have played it. He does have Path. I'm not at all interested in spending a mana. Here I think I go Drum, Overseer, Vault Scourge. And then if I draw a land next turn, I can do double 3-drop, which is pretty ridiculous. And if not, I can still cast a 3-drop, have a Galvanic Blast, and animate a land or something. This is looking good. Looking good indeed. His clock isn't huge, which is the nice thing. I'm also pretty suspicious of him, I believe that he doesn't have a collected company, unless he just top decked it. I feel like he could have played it last turn. Is that true? Yeah, he instead of playing the Noble Hierarch, he could have played collected company. I guess if he played collected company last turn, he wouldn't have had the Path to Exile, but still. Right, so he's got one card in hand. He might start using Gavany Township. Yeah, so here his plays use Gavany Township. No? Maybe it is a company. Okay. Between the Master and the Edge Champion, I'd actually rather have the Master tapped. Because I'm going to be attacking with the Vault Scourge for the lifelink, and I don't want to open myself up to taking a bunch of extra damage to a Reflector Mage, which is why I'm going for the Champion over the Master being untapped, because the Master would kill whatever it blocked, but it does get owned by Reflector Mage or Path. So this prevents the most damage to me, and I think the longer I live, the more likely I am to win. Because I have an active Steel Overseer and an awesome board position. And I'm only really afraid of him, I don't know. Now it's really bizarre that he didn't activate Gavany last turn. I don't know what's going on. Run out the Champion. Do I care about attacking with ink moths? Yeah, I think I'll attack with... I'll animate an ink moth. And I'll attack with the master as well, because it's huge, and if he tries to block... Okay, well, that was kind of easy. And you see why Affinity is better than humans in this kind of matchup, because it just goes wider and bigger and better. Thanks for watching.